Hi everyone. I was contacted tonight for someone wanting help with a little guinea pig, and we're hearing of this a lot at the moment. People who are taking pets because they can't get guinea pigs easily, and they were told that she had some bite wounds on her from fighting. They've had her about 7 days and the hair has kept getting worse. You can actually see she's in an extreme state of mite mange. They went to the pet shop. The pet shop told them to use some sprays, and you can see she's got massive mite mange in here. The use of the spray has actually deterred the mites a little bit, but they're everywhere. They are microscopic. But what we find in cases where sprays are used is that the skin comes in feeling and looking really clear-ish. And that's exactly what's happened. She's been cutting herself with her nails, and she doesn't sound very good actually. Hi sweetheart, look at you, she's got severe mange. So it's about 3 a.m. at the moment. Yeah, this little girl is doing some seizures. I'm sorry. She is, yeah, she's seizing, and they're desperate for help. But you can see, oh dear, poor little thing. I'm just going to get her some immediate medicine. We've just picked her up from the heavens. Yeah, you are in a terrible state, my little one. Okay, so she is seizing. I'm going to get her some immediate medicine. I've just literally lifted her out. I need to put her down somewhere safe while we do that. So you come with me, little one. Okay.
Everyone, I'm Lynn from Cavy Central Guinea Pig Rescue.
Okay, so this little one, any touching is going to cause seizures with her. I'm literally going to give her some of this. We're going to get some mite. Sorry sweetheart, you are in such a bad way. Have this one, it's yummy. Yeah, I'm going to give this some. I know they love it too. It's really yummy, but this will stop. Okay, come on. This will stop any seizures. I know she can't quiet. Come on, sweetie. It's yummy. Come on. It's going to give you. Good girl. Yeah. That's the way. She was so urgent when I saw the photos. I was out this evening and I said, look, I'll meet you and we'll get her some immediate help. This is going on all the time. And, sadly, this is a backyard breeder. They did contact the lady that they got her from, who told them that she has had some fights, which this is not fights, this is mites. She's lost weight. You can see how thin she is here. I can see her spine, the shadowing. She's lost so much. She's losing all her hair. I know, we're not going to disturb you too much, little one. What I am going to do is just feeling her ears to see if she's thermoregulating, which surprisingly she is. She's not too bad. And we're going to give her some pain relief. We're going to settle her in, but the first thing we're going to do is give you something to stop all the itching you've got happening. Let's see. Let's do that. Where have I done? I'm going to put my syringe, eh? Let's go find it. Come on. Put me down for that, and we can just pop that on your ears. Everyone knows how we do. Yeah, look at the minute you touch her in any way, seizures are going to start. Okay, so we're just going to give you, this is ivermectin. We always pop that on behind the ears in the naked area and onto the earlobes, which has a massive blood supply in there. Lots of tiny veins to absorb that really quickly. We really need to just leave you where that can take effect. We're going to sit her in the cage. She's not scratching and cutting herself up the side, so I'm not going to wrap her at this stage. We just want the mites and parasites to be seized. So we want to fix those, don't we? We're not even going to attempt to bath her. She's just had some medication for pain and also for fitting and seizures, and we're literally going to let her settle in and let those parasites die, and we will treat tomorrow little one. You poor little lady. Apparently she's a girl, but I'm not even bothered in looking, so we'll be back with her.
Okay, hi everyone. This was another little girl who came in 2 nights ago, and she's been in care now for 48 hours. What I'm doing is just a little update on her. She came in completely covered in mite mange, and you couldn't actually touch her without her having seizures. So you saw that in the video. When that happens, we need to get on top of the parasites right away. We need to get on top of the seizures themselves, and then we need to look at what to take place next. Now I'm going to give you a bit of a look. This is the first time we're going to bath her, and it's really to make her feel more comfortable. So now that we know we've dealt with the mites, we're going to attempt that, and usually on day 2, day 3, if they're not cutting themselves, they're usually wrapped in bandages. We haven't needed to do that with her, but what it can trigger is again still seizures. So she's actually on the medication to prevent that, and we may need to top that up, but hopefully we'll just see how we go. She's pretty good. Let's have a look. So this little girl has severe mite mange infestation. It's a really sad story as well, because someone was keen to have a guinea pig pet. They found her online, and a week later she was itching incessantly. They contacted the people that they got her from, and they said, oh no, she's just been fighting, so that's why she was being sold off. And you can see the amount of irritation she's had in here. I'm actually able to touch her now, which is great. And you'll see down here the massive hair loss that she's had. They actually applied at that time a medication, a human medication, which is this pink colouring. And it didn't, of course, do anything in terms of the mite infestation. It's really severe. But we're going to give her a Malaseb bath, and the reason we're doing that is the Malaseb is an antifungal, and you can use there's other antifungals out there, but I find it really useful. But what it will do, all of these, I'm sorry, sweetheart, all of these hairs that are coming out and away, and you can see how much skin they've got attached, it will just dislodge that so that she's not as itchy, and she'll start to feel a bit better. So I'm going to give her a bath. You can get to see what we're doing. Alright, so we're going to pop you in there, sweetie pie. It's nice and warm. We have so many problems with guinea pigs at the moment. We actually have another rescue that's on its way down here, some piggies that have been dumped. It's terrible. Support rescue, guys. Please do that. I know. It's not fair that people, this little piggy's going to go back to the couple that contacted me about her. They'd only had her for 1 week, and they then found out online about us, reached out. I met them at 10 o'clock at night, actually. I saw the photos, and immediately rushed to get her. And she's feeling way better already, so it's very avoidable. With the right information, you can get on top of this. She will eventually go to her home. Now, the really sad part about this is that she actually has a sister, and the lady who originally owned her and her sister had kept them for years, and she actually felt they were fighting. So she's the one that sold them, thinking they needed to be separated. One was given to the fellow that reached out to us, and we were able to get this little lady. She's called Ruth, by the way. This is Ruth. And her sister was given to a friend of hers. Now, at the same time, when I contacted the lady about Ruth and what was going on and that we can help, because the fellow knew that he'd been told she'd been fighting, so I assumed there were others. And, we want to see if we can help these people with how to treat them. So I reached out to the lady, and she did explain this, that yes, she had given her to a friend, but her friend had actually called the day before as well to say no, she thinks there's something wrong, which of course there's something very wrong. And they are, the lady was going to take her to the vet, and I've asked her to bring her here for the simple reason that at the moment we're hearing a lot of vets that are euthanizing
this little lady. Oh dear, let's have a look at you. She came in, and it was 3 nights ago that we had to wash her. She was fitting. We could barely touch her. We dealt with all of that, popped her away. Now we're going to give her a little antifungal bath. You can see she's looking a lot more naked, a lot more alert. She's not fitting, which is fantastic. So we've got on top of the lights. Now we're just going to give her a little bit of an antifungal bath. The difference between fungal infection being systemic or not is in the time. Well, one of the indicators is the time that it takes to get on top of it. So the 3 little piggies that we're presently working with, without a doubt, they have a systemic fungal infection. So it's a really tough thing to deal with. You're constantly dealing with seizures, fitting, which is to do with the mite mange, but also the sensitivity of the skin. And with a piggy like this, she's come in only 3 nights ago, and you saw her fitting. So we're on top of the mite infestation. We're dealing with the fungal now, and that's the difference between a systemic infection and one that is just at the skin level. So with her, it's really fortunate because it is just at the skin level. Severe as it is very severe. You can see all the hair loss that she's had, but in that sense, it's on the skin level, external to the body, as opposed to internal, which the other piggies are dealing with. When it is internal, it can affect a lot of the organs and the intestines. It can line those so that it stops food absorption, all sorts of problems. So, yeah, something to be mindful of. Hello, sweetheart. Okay. He's feeling so much better. And you can tell just 3 days later, amazing the turnaround with that. She's got some big nails, and she's got, look at that foot spur I can feel down there. You'll probably see it in the water. We'll deal with that later. For now, we're just getting on top of the immediate issues. And this, of course, is with, I know, with all the fungal that you've had. So that's nothing up around the face. Not at the same level at all, even though she's got such big hair. Look at these big hairless areas. And up through here, she has nothing on the back end at all. You know, but a way different approach, much more treatable. And look, all in all, if we can treat piggies before it ever gets to this, it's completely avoidable, just with some mite prevention and the correct housing, isn't it? You tell them, little girl. That's right, you tell them. Yeah, you tell them. So she's feeling better. Okay. I'm going to get her out. Let's just move that aside. Just slip that over there. There we go. Take you out, little one. Let's wrap you up. Well, I've got her here. We haven't had a chance to do her ears, so we're going to do that. And bending in all directions. There we go. She was fitting so badly that we really just had to wrap her and get mite treatment on board immediately. How many fungal piggies in this week? Yeah, haven't we? Lots of them. So now she's ready for drying, and we'll update you later. Bye for now.